What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here with my buddy Ben Rasa at JazzRazDFS on Twitter. We're doing the last edition, Masters Eve edition of Underdog Fantasies, the Albatross drafts. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we get going. You might be asking yourself, what is this lovely tournament that's on the main screen that says PGA 2023 Majors, the Albatross? Well, we are drafting majors only. Yes, 4 majors, drafting golfers just like you know and love for best ball over at Underdog, but we are doing them with a little different twist here in the golf streets. Ben, how are you doing this fine day? You excited to finish out these drafts?
I am. We've gone through a handful. We got a couple more for you today. The tournament starts tomorrow. We've got all the information we could possibly have. I want to see how I've said this every day. Like, how different are these couple going to be? Because each time you do these, you get a different vibe and a different feel, and that's the beauty of the format.
Yeah, it's really fun. Well, this is the thing. We've done 6 drafts now. Ben and
Yes.
myself have. I guess I'm in this lobby, so we're gonna let this run as we're going. See if I can get the completed ones here. Here we go. 6 drafts. Here are our exposures so far. You might notice one name missing so far. His name is Jon Rahm. We have no Jon Rahm as of right now. What is going on?
Well, I told you we can't get him because no matter where we pick, even when we pick second, somehow he's not available. We pick third, he's not available. We pick first, we got to take Scheffler. It's been a tough scene. Maybe today's the day for
There's
Jon
one name
Rahm.
that's missing from my list that will be on my board when I finish out the drafts by myself.
Sam
His name is
Burns.
Sam Burns, and
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out there right now before Ben can say anything slanderous. But as you're looking at the drafts, you simply can look at the main screen. The Albatross is sitting there. You can go to the PGA tab. If you click over to 2023 Majors, you can jump in that way. But starting shortly here, we're 37 seconds. Do you want to guess where our draft spot's going to be?
Fourth.
Second. We're going to get Rahm right off the bat.
That's what they want you to think. Who's drafting first?
We're going to find out. His name
What's his
is
name?
Reed 017.
Hopefully that's friend Reed Fowler because he'll take Scheffler.
He's got a badge next to it, so I got to
so
think that it's somebody that you definitely know.
So he's probably going to take Scheffler. This could be our moment.
Are you excited?
I am. I mean, I'm super happy with all the Rory exposure, but you want to have a nice blend of the what I'll call the big 3, just because. I mean, Rahm is quite live to do some serious damage during these 4 majors.
Here we go.
If he takes Rahm, I'm actually just going to leave.
Take Rahm, just for the content.
No.
I'm here to sell out for the content. Come on, do it.
Like, this
8
guy better
seconds
be
away.
running the time down and not actually like thinking. Okay, thank God.
This is your time. This is
You
your
just take
dance. Live
Rory.
every moment. Leave nothing to chance, Ben.
All right, we
What
did
if
it.
I just clicked on Rory to screw with you?
I mean, is there worse problems to have? But yeah, no, this is our moment. We've got Jon Rahm. It's just good to get exposure because, again, he's such a dangerous player to just have none of.
That was incredible to get it right off the bat here. All of 3 minutes into this video. We got Jon Rahm finally. If you've checked out the other 3 versions of us doing drafts, you're going to see a lot of similar players, a lot of similar themes. But to revise, or to remind everybody, not revise, there's nothing to revise. Here are the rules that we have to look at. We are looking at drafting players through each level of these drafts. Where am I going here?
Where
Albatross.
There's
the rules. I'm going to go to the bottom here. So what we're doing, all rules. I guess it's keeping it on the draft when I click on it. That's fine. Is what it is for right now. But 100K up top, that's the thing that matters. We are getting 6 players through at the Masters. 6 players through at or 12 grouping for the PGA Championship, another group of 12 for the US Open, and then a 240-person final at the Open Championship. So those are the things that we're really gearing up for, looking for players that can get it done for us at every single major along the way. But we are just about to go here. Look at that. Colin Morikawa is still on the board.
Little Rahm Morikawa start.
Oh my God, that would be outrageous.
Nice. And yeah, just to add a little context there. So you're put in a group of 6 for the Masters. 1 person from each group will advance for the next 2 majors. You're in a group of 12, but the top 2 get through. So you do have a little room there. And then obviously the gigantic group at the Open Championship for all the marbles.
All right. It is Masters Eve, so we have some more information. Is Cameron Smith hurt? His odds have moved drastically at a couple of books, 20-1 down to 35-1. Are we still going to click on it here?
I would rather go with Finau
I would
personally.
too. He's been a guy that has been a staple of our drafts. I
Yeah.
continue to draft him constantly. I think he pairs nicely with Rahm. They both hit the ball infinity yards. That's good.
Yeah, Cam Smith, listen, we're going to learn a lot more about the live guys in just a couple days, but I'd be lying if I said I thought his presser was anything but concerning. He was pretty just like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played a lot of golf, and we're going to find out. So, like, can he turn it on? He's a great player, but Tony Finau has gained 3+ strokes on the approach in 4 straight events. He's just been dynamite with the irons.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah. And he can attack every major. Like Tony Finau to me is just as likely to win the Open Championship as he is the US Open as he is Augusta.
I was hoping we were going to get Hovland there. That would have been another crazy fall.
Ooh.
Cameron Young, Dustin Johnson, Sung J M. I don't really know what to do. We take Dustin pretty much every time here.
We do. I'm okay not switching it up to Sam Burns, but taking one of these good 3 players here. Maybe we go with a little Cam Young and just get a different vibe because we have Rahm. Try to get some different correlation in our draft.
I don't think we have many shares, if any shares, of Cameron Young. So I'm
Maybe
okay with it.
But yeah, I like that.
Yeah, an interesting start for our build here. I'm going to go to draft. There we go. John Rahm, Finau, Cameron Young sitting there for us. That's a pretty good start. I would love for Sam Burns to fall to us, but he just came off the board at 17. What a sharp person. Short attention span 55 is.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to hope you get into that pod with whoever drafted that guy.
You understand if Sam Burns wins the Open Championship, I'm never talking to you again.
That's fine. You'll be talking to me for quite a long time if that's the metric.
Okay.
Yeah.
He only has 5 PGA Tour victories in like a year and a half.
That's good. All at the Valspar somehow. You play it 5 times a year.
Oh my God. Too bad he can't play the Corrales because he's qualified for better tournaments. He would just wipe that field clean.
He would. It is a shame he can't play on the Corn Ferry against his equal competition.
All right. I think it's pretty obvious where we should go here. Corey Connors just fits with our team. I think just the makeup of ball strikers. It's like we are truly thoroughbred ball striking grouping right here.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. My biggest, all jokes aside, the problem I have with Sam Burns is he always feels perpetually in no man's land. He's a little too much of a reach for me to jump like DJ and Hovland. And I would love to get him right now, and he's never there. But, he's ahead of Corey Connors and those guys. So it's a weird – I feel like he definitely correlates to when you draft 5th or 6th.
Okay. Yeah, I probably agree with that. I'm not going to be that big of a homer, but – yeah, we have 0 Tom Kim, do we?
We do. This is going to be a different type. I like this, though. A different type of lineup that we're building here.
Yeah, we've been taking mostly best available, but we skipped out on Cameron Smith to get Tony Finau. So, that almost went strictly there. And we skipped out on Hatton. So, there are a couple of spots where we've kind of deviated slightly towards like what our stock build is. If you guys watch Ben on PGA Live Before Lock every single Wednesday night, you can check him out again this Wednesday night here for Augusta National. You definitely know that he likes to correlate his teams to certain skill sets. Helped him win a cool 20K over the weekend at the Valero. So maybe do that, right, Ben?
It can work at times, certainly with the weather. We can't know everything about all 4 majors, but we can kind of say, all right, well, if it gets nasty at the Open, this is what I would want in theory. And if it plays soft at Augusta, this is what I would want.
I feel like we have to click Keith Mitchell now.
Keith, yeah.
I love Minwoo Lee. We've been taking him quite a bit in these drafts. I've been getting a lot of him. I think he's a rookie who actually profiles pretty well for Augusta right off the bat, less demanding off the tee. He hits the ball infinity yards if it's going to be wet, useful. I think some of the short game issues you might have as a rookie at the Masters might be mitigated just by having softer conditions. So I feel pretty good about Minwoo. Oh, did I actually take Minwoo Lee on accident?
See, the sim took over there.
Oh my God, my brain
just said, I can't, you can't not click Minwoo.
Now I screwed up because I wanted Killer Keith there. That was our team.
It's all downhill now. Now, listen, Minwoo is, he's going to be a key part of our portfolio because we've gotten a lot of exposure to him. He's I think, a boom bust option, but he's got some experience. I definitely like what I've seen. And I'll give Minwoo credit at last year's
Whoa.
Masters.
We took Horschel. I am spacing out. This is the first
What?
time. This is what happens
Horschel?
when you draft with me at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, I got to stop rambling and pay attention because I didn't even know we were up. I was
I
gonna
didn't
say,
know we were up either. What is
okay,
going
well,
on with me today?
this is gonna be the lineup that wins.
Horschel and Minwoo Lee when it could have been
Ooh.
Killa Keith and Abraham
Anybody
Answers.
else? I will say though, Minwoo, he started awful last year at Augusta, and he battled back. So like, if he starts slow, you're not gonna panic. He's gonna be fine. I did a couple drafts last night, and I actually did get to some Billy Horschel. So as crazy as that sounds,
Okay.
I had a JT Xander draft yesterday.
What?
Yeah,
That's a
good
pretty
start.
wild one. That's like drafting 5th, 6th spot.
I drafted 4th, got Xander, and JT was still there in the 2nd round. Can you believe that?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it was.
I've been down on Justin Thomas for a while because of the putter, but that's too far. We've come too far. Yeah, we've gone a little sideways at that point. He's still going to be somebody that if he spiked a W at any major this year, you wouldn't be surprised.
No, not at all. And you just, again, the more drafts you do, they've got a lot of opportunities. I'm going to just get out there before you do, if I can. Well, actually, you make your pick. Let's make this pick.
Got to be Mito, right?
Mito or Answer, yeah. I'm fine with either.
I think Mito's got more talent than Answer. I'm just throwing it out there.
Listen, Mito could have a major. Should have a major.
If he hadn't gone to the Live Tour, I feel like I would have attached my sales to Mito Pereira for the last 6 months, and he putts claw like I do, so I love the man.
Wow. I was gonna. Oh, again, I forget how quickly the turn is for us.
I don't know.
Ooh, man.
We have 0 shares of Taylor Montgomery. I feel like that's
Putting
extremely
specialist.
risky. Taylor Moore's going before Taylor Montgomery. That's a little surprising.
I don't get that. Give me Taylor Montgomery.
Yeah, I think we'll kind of mix it up. Add a putter to the fray. Probably the best at it right now in the world, which is pretty wild to say. But
oh yeah,
he is overcompensating for the other parts of his golf game with the putter. So that's a completely different spot. Him and Tom Kim. Maybe we can find a random week where they have 24 putts around. That'd be great.
It would be lovely. I was saying before, and now that our picks, we have a little break. If you are building a bunch of drafts, and if you're getting into this, make sure you are doubling. If you haven't deposited, double your first deposit with the promo code Stokastic. The link is below. An extra $100, that could be 10 more drafts for you for free. They're giving you that money. You do that. You follow those instructions. Again, if you're a new user, get on in, take advantage of that promo code Stokastic, because honestly, every draft you do, there is a chance that is the team. That is the draft that makes you a lot of money.
Yeah. And I think we had one team. I'll see if we can go back. We'll take a look at the portfolio, the exposures. This won't be updated in it by the time we get out there, but there was one team specifically that we need to go back and look at legendary status, because I think it might be the winner going forward.
Yeah, I believe it's our 3rd team, but yeah, we'll look.
We'll find it here. Final pick. Where are we going here?
We're gonna go to Thomas Peters.
Are we really? I think that's actually a perfect build with our guys.
Just like a true. This is the type of team. It's got definitely some issues, but the positive of it is that at any given time, any of our 10 could be the number 1 guy driving the bus. Like this is a team full of upside, whereas some teams it's like, okay, got my big guys, then I got my medium guys, and then I got my kind of punts. Here our punts, Mito, Montgomery, Peters, Minwoo, like they spike and then they miss cuts, and we can live with that.
Yep, we totally can. If that team just finds a way to get by in maybe a weaker draw at the Masters, things of that nature, and then goes nuts, you have an opportunity to make a lot of money. So I think that's going to be something I'm paying attention to here. Let's look at our board here. We're going to live. Again, so many different great drafting options, has been said there before. You guys use promo code Stokastic. Get yourself an opportunity. Where am I looking at? Drafts. Thank you. Active. Completed. Majors. There we are.
I was doing this last night.
Whew. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just, my brain's starting to get going here. Still a little behind, but We can look at each one of our specific teams too, as we want to. Live drafts completed. Here we go. We can look at the specific entries. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I think it was. Is this the Scheffler Finau? Wasn't this one?
No, that one has Tiger. That one should be.
Here it is.
Oh,
Rory,
yeah. Look at
Homa,
this team.
Johnson, Hatton, Koepka, Mitchell, Minwoo at 39. We just took him at 35. Answer, Reed, and Watson is the kicker.
Yeah, that's a great team.
Nobody has Watson. He's got zero chance to help us more than likely. But if he does,
play with 9.
He could also win. We can play with 9.
We play with 9. That's fine. Bubba, just like his whatever stupid live team he's on, he's just like the captain. They don't need him. They'll play the Crushers or the Range Goats.
Range Goats is actually a great name. I can't even hate it.
Get these,
and it's like bright paint, just like
goblins.
The Bubba Drivers.
That's my live team. Yeah, I don't know. You'll see their logos on the bag for the Masters apparently.
Yeah, can't wait. It's gonna be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like
for
seeing
2 days at least.
That was a good one. I liked it.
You see. All right, where are we going to draft?
Unfortunately, the Masters, we're going to find out here in 2 seconds. What if we get Rahm in both teams? That would be pretty wild.
That'd be
after
fantastic.
You're complaining. We have like 25% exposure to Rahm coming out of these.
That would be nice. One thing we haven't dealt with is drafting like 6th.
It's true. We have not had a back end of the draft. 4 was our first draft, and everything else has been top 3.
Yep.
Ask and you shall receive. How about that?
I could sense it.
All right.
Yep.
Well, this is going to be a completely different draft for us to shake it all up at the very end. Maybe Sam Burns. One time?
No.
Okay.
But maybe.
You hurt my feelings. You don't like good golfers, do you?
What?
You don't like good golfers. Sam Burns, confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like a lot of good golfers. Most of the golfers that I like tend to have some issues.
Yeah, why haven't we taken any Emiliano Grillo yet?
I don't know. Why haven't we?
Oh, look at this. We got a sharp in the middle, in the midst of everything. Shout out Drew Dinkmeyer, sitting there, 5 sandwiched in between us, hanging out here. So we're going to be drafting on the ends of Dink. That'll be interesting to watch and see what his approach is as well. Just been in the content game forever. He's just a stud. So shout out Drew. Well, please just don't snipe us. That's what I'm asking.
Well, he's not going to take Sam Burns because he knows what he's doing. So that'll free him up.
I hate you so much.
Scheffler
off the board.
Rahm, and then Rory, and then Xander.
In a perfect world, who do we get outside of this grouping?
Cantlay, I think, is the answer, but I do. Ooh, Rahm at 3.
I know. How good is Hoosier Daddy 23? How good are you?
Pretty happy with that.
I would be okay with that. Although Rory's going to win the Masters, I thought, right?
Yep. And there's Cantlay.
So we go Cantlay. Which of these Southern California it's an entire trio of Southern California kids. Shout out SCGA. But Cantlay, do we want Morikawa or a Homa to go with him?
I'd prefer Morikawa, but
yeah, we'll just do strict by the book here.
Yeah, I just think two iron guys, but just well-rounded. We're still talking elites, man. Okay, Spieth, that's not anything crazy.
Shoffley Spieth for Dink.
If Homa doesn't go, okay, this is a surprise that Homa, this guy, he's got a Rahm Homa potential. Yeah, that's a nice start.
I mean, son of a biscuit, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Have a nice day.
That is lovely.
I have a little bit of team envy.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing you can do about it. It's not like we were drafting in those spots.
No, that's just him taking advantage. And this just shows again why you want to, mix it up and see what happens. I've done a handful of drafts myself. Some you have opportunities. Others you honestly don't. You just have to play by the book and you say, okay, I'll do what I can. It's the beauty of it.
Last thing is we're kind of going into these turns. Is there anything you're thinking about specifically for that finals? Because again, we got to get the teams there to begin with. So is there something you specifically want for the Open Championship over at Royal Liverpool this year? Rory, a former winner. That's where he has his claret jug from. Anything that we should be thinking about in the construction of this team? We do have a Colin Morikawa, who has an Open Championship himself, and Cantlay, who it wouldn't surprise anybody if he got there. Oh
Oh
no!
my God, we're
Oh my
actually going to
god!
take Sam Burns. I told you that when you draft in sixth, it's more likely.
I want to give us the full clock here, though, to be able to think about what we want to do next, because I have no idea.
I think Fitzy kind of fits what we're doing. To me, we've got these guys that are kind of handling not adverse conditions, but just like Fitzy is suited. U.S. Open comes to mind for obvious reasons. And if you get to the Open, wouldn't it be nice to have your team set up a little more open centric?
That's what I would like. Yeah, let's do it. Fire it up.
I do think, to your point though, if someone good wins the Open, I don't think you can really plan for that because you're drafting those guys based on that they're good.
Yeah.
But I do think it's not crazy to say I'm going to make my last pick a dark horse specifically for the Open Championship, knowing if I get there, if this guy ever won, I might be the only person in any draft that has him. And I think that's a decent strategy. Like, for me, Bez comes to mind. Like, if
Okay.
that type of player, if he ever won the Open, you would have him isolated in the most important major of the year.
I really like that, actually. And you named a player that I'm actually kind of all about and in on. Is Paul Casey alive?
I don't know. He is somewhere in the universe.
Okay. I don't know where, but
No,
he's somewhere there.
not at
Cantley,
Augusta.
Cantley, Morikawa, Burns, Fitzpatrick. I'm happy we finally got our Burns share. I know that it kills Ben inside,
It's
but
fine. As I said in the last team, you can play with 9. It's not a huge deal. You just have to kind of deal with it.
can't wait for him to win a major this year and just shove it to you. God
Mhm.
knows I'm putting money on him every time. This is kind of an interesting spot because I think Justin Rose is somebody that you've been in on quite a few times here as well. I don't think we're going to get the Eagle. I'd be surprised if Dink didn't take him here. Yeah, there you go. So I think Rose or Keith. Do we go back on the Keith bandwagon here and try to get a share of him now that I screwed that up last
Why
draft?
not take both of them?
Well, we can do that. We're
Yeah.
taking both of them.
Yeah.
There we go. Skipping out on Keegan.
That's fine.
I don't really want Keegan. Watch him win 2 majors.
If that happens, the country has bigger problems than us losing in best ball.
Keegan
So,
Bradley learned how to putt.
yeah, that's
Happy learned how to putt. Yeah, this is wild. I want to check in on who's your daddy team. Oh, he's screwing it up.
he's definitely fallen back. So he had a great start. Again, these are good players. I think that's a little aggressive for Neiman. I am high on Neiman in life, but that's a kind of a reach for me.
He screwed it up. I feel a little bit disappointed. I thought we were going to see like the juggernaut team of all juggernaut teams.
Our team is pretty solid so far.
I feel good. I mean, we have just the most balanced team where if we can get everybody through to the Open in some way, shape, or form, you have a bunch of like guys that'll be inside of 20-1.
When you draft kind of at the turn like that, I think you're gonna see more balanced, obviously, because you don't have a superstar to the level of one of the big 3. But you have pairs of 2, like Cantlay and Morikawa similar, Burns and Fitzy similar, Rose and Mitchell ADP similar. Obviously,
Clicking on the
Seamus.
And Abraham answer, I think kind of looking at the construction of our team, Chris Kirk goes off the board. I'm surprised he's going as high in draft as what he is. 38 golfers. Do we think of him as the 38th best golfer in the world?
No, not particularly. I like what Kirk's done. He kind of is in that Sam Burns bucket for me. I would love to snag him in the 9th round. It's not happening. And
Yeah.
if these drafts were 25 rounds, I might have room for Burns at the end, but it's just with only 10 spots, it's a little difficult.
Look at that. Just falls directly into our lap here. And I think one of the other themes that we've had of our drafts so far, all 8 of these, it feels like Patrick Reed's on half of them, if not more.
I know.
Just have to be clicking him though, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to make some stands somewhere, and that can be with a player or shorting a player. But for me, I think that Reed is a guy I'm more than content getting certainly over the field on.
All right, Russell Henley going there to Dink. Harmon and Henley, what a dynamic driving duo that is. Uh, who's your daddy? Come on, man. Seamus Power then too. I guess that's fine.
Actually.
Cage Lee, what are you had the world in your hands, sir. Watch him win anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna
Mito
say he's
Pereira.
going to win, even
Yeah,
without Sam Burns somehow.
I'm gonna say we got to get out of this grouping. Cantley, Morikawa, Burns, Fitzy, Rose, Mitchell, Answer Reed, everybody who's playing in the Masters. One thing we did last time was at 9 we took Fowler, who is
Mhm.
not at Augusta here, so pay
I'm
close
fine
attention
with
to that.
that.
But we have back to back our last 2 picks of the draft. Who are you targeting here for us, Ben, to round it out?
So this is where I think that I'm gonna get crazy. I have 2 players in mind that I think are better suited for some real weird stuff, and they're gonna be pretty unique. And if I torpedo the draft, that's fine because I'm saying we have 8 players for Augusta. 6 of them are gonna count. These 2, maybe not. And first one is Danny Willett. He's won in crazy conditions before. He's obviously playing better golf. Uh, I don't think a lot of people are going to draft him, and he can do it. There's no doubt about it. He's shown flashes. And then the second is a guy we talked about. If you're down with it, I think that Bez is the type of player that could sneak in and really cause some destruction in best ball if he pops at one point. Not going to be drafted on the majority of drafts.
Yeah, I'm happy with him being 10th. Again, we've got everybody else. Danny Willett, former
He's
winner
got a
at
green
Augusta National.
jacket.
He's got a green jacket. So we've got 9 guys playing. And Bez, I'm happy to be taking absolute flyers for the sake of uniqueness in that 10 spot. Don't be trying to get crazy too much in this middle rounds. I think we've kind of learned that. You're going to get drafts where certain players you can't believe that they fall to you, and it's going to be lovely, and you're going to feel great inside until they miss the cut at the PGA. So
It, that's the reality of this. If Rory wins the Open Championship, there's no planning for that. Like you either drafted second or third and you were fortunate enough to get him or you didn't. But if a random guy wins, there's going to be that opportunity late in these drafts to possibly have exposure with that. So that's my mentality is let me control what I can control.
I love that. Let's go to the drafts, to the completed, to the majors we go. Exposure. They do have, I think they have 7 of our teams updated there here now. Nope, still at 6 here, but you just saw that last draft. We also have just a great grouping of exposures here. The Fowler one where he's not at Augusta there. Sergio Garcia. We did take a share of him. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
remember that. Did we really? That's a thing we did on purpose.
I mean, maybe we'll chalk it up to a misclick by you.
Min Woo, Patrick Reed, those are going to be 2 massive, massive players for you, for me, for these drafts. Anything you want to talk about with our exposures? Anything else about the Albatross? $10 to get in, 100K up top, going for the top. Anything else you want to say to round out the show?
No, obviously you still have some time. There's going to be a million people, including me, drafting this afternoon. There's a lot of exploitation in these drafts in a good way. There are people hopping in who don't know what they're doing. If you've been watching these videos, if you know the format, there's money to be made, and it's a really cool format and a good sweat. So obviously, just appreciate Underdog putting this on. Obviously, we want to bring the content to you guys. We hope you enjoyed it. It's something that we plan to do more of here at Stokastic. So again, take advantage of the double your first deposit bonus with that code. You guys know you can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Discord. You can find us anywhere in the universe. We're always doing content, particularly in the golf streets.
Particularly in the Gulf Streets. Rightfully so this week, no doubt about it. Augusta
It's
National, first
Masters.
major of the year. Going to be awesome stuff. Check out that Albatross, everybody. $10, just over 56K entrance. I don't know if it's going to fill or not here. It's going to be very,
That's what I
very
wanted to
close.
ask you. Gut
I'm not
feel, does it fill? It's going to be close.
going to be very close. We'll see. I think there's going to be a lot of people with interest to be able to draft tonight. We shall see, but you want to get in there beforehand because, again, great payout structure, very low rake, great opportunity to get exposure to all 4 majors right from the get-go. So check it out, the Albatross on the main page there at Underdog Fantasy. Let's get out of here, shall we? Any final words for the people?
No, again, just appreciate you guys. Obviously, if you're looking for more content, this is where you want to be. And I'll give a quick shout out last thing. if you like betting content, if you like to make some wagers on Prize Picks, if you like to do some things on the streets, we have an exclusive YouTube channel, Odd Shopper Golf. Me, Eric, 8, the whole gang, we're over there and we're talking PGA 24/7. It's only golf. So if you like that kind of stuff, just make sure you head over there and check it out. Obviously, become part of the community. Just one of the many things we're doing here at Stokastic.
He's awesome. Go follow him at JazzRazDFS over on Twitter. I'm Eric at Eric Lindquist. I'm less awesome, but I'm fun sometimes at parties.
You're not bad.
We'll see you guys later. Go Sam Burns.
Go Sam Burns.